Do not be afraid, FC Bayern München. Yes, we lost 5-4 today. Yes, it was one of the craziest, probably the greatest Champions League first leg I've ever seen. That was a beautiful match of attacking football. English fans could have comprehended. Anybody who does not watch Bayern or PSG could not comprehend what they were watching. The whole world is brainwashed. That was peak football. But you guys, FC Bayern München, regardless of the scoreline, 5-4, 4-3, 2-1, whatever. This is a good result for Bayern. We are one goal down. We showed that we could go toe-to-toe with PSG. We showed that we could score at any moment. We will go back to the Allianz Arena, not dejected. The players are going back home confident we can still win this tie, going back to the Allianz Arena against all credit to them, this amazing PSG team. You guys do not feel dejected. Bayern won't be dejected. Vincent Kompany will not be dejected. Our players will go into that second leg with a lot of hope. You guys, what a match today. 5-4 loss away from home against PSG. And I'm going to be honest right now. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to break down the game. And then you guys, a game like this, I'm going to give you that comprehensive analysis. I'm going to give you that comprehensive analysis on every single Bayern player. We're going to give you that comprehensive analysis. I'm going to give you those details. I'm going to give you that true football analysis because, guys, I'm seeing so much crap analysis. All the YouTubers, by the way, the Premier League fans, their titles of their videos, the best game I've ever seen, amazing football, because the Prem sucks. English football sucks. So when the Premier League fan watches this game, their mind can't comprehend the things that our team is doing. They can't comprehend the things PSG are doing. And when two immovable objects collide, you get two unstoppable forces collide. You get what you saw today, 5-4. And I'm seeing horrible analysis out there on YouTube by all the neutral fans. I'm going to give you that real analysis today. I'm going to give you that in-depth player analysis. There's a Musiala agenda. There's a Musiala agenda. People are too harsh on Stanisic. People are too harsh on Neuer. We're going to break it down. But you guys, let's talk about the game. 5-4. I'll speak from the football fan side of me, you guys. The football fan of me and the Bayern fan of me. You guys, we lost 5-4. But I'm going to tell you right now, I was upset that we lost. I wanted to win. But I was nowhere near as upset with losing like this. I came away from this game. We lost 5-4. And I came over this game. Damn, we could have got 5-5. We could have defended better here. We could have maybe even won this game. But I was not dejected. I was filled with hope. I am going into the next leg thinking it's still 0-0. One goal down is nothing to a team like Bayern. One goal down is nothing, especially at our home. That's nothing to us. Absolutely nothing. But I came away from this game frustrated, but you guys, I was in awe of what we watched. The attacking power on display, the midfield's on display, the defending on display. You guys, I know it's 5-4. And people will look surface value at a 5-4 and be like, they should have played a little more Haram. They should have locked up the defense more. Oh, it was a horrible defensive showing. No, it wasn't. Because although it was 5-4, the way both teams were attacking at each other, it's hard not to score that many goals the way both teams are attacking. And it's hard when both teams are attacking like that, the way PSG and Bayern do, it's very difficult, almost damn near impossible to ever keep a clean sheet, to ever keep all the goals out. So I still think PSG and Bayern, they both defended very well today. It's just both attacks are ridiculous. Both attacks are some of the best attacks we've ever seen in football history. I'm not upset. I'm not upset at this game. And it was just so entertaining, even when we were down 5-2 now. When we were down 5-2. I won't lie, when we were down 5-2, I was dejected. I tweeted PSG will win back-to-back Champions League. I thought it was done. But again, I know I've been talking about this Bayern team and their mentality the last couple of weeks against Real Madrid, against Stuttgart, against Freiburg, right? I know I've been talking about it. But I thought that was it. We ran out of that mentality juice. We're going to collapse here. It's over. It's 5-2. But this team, this freaking team, one thing I love about this Bayern team so much, that let's be honest, other Bayern teams did not have. The 2010s teams didn't have those Pep Guardiola teams, Carlo Ancelotti teams. what they didn't have was this mentality to never give up. This mentality that even at 5-2, we are going to come back, we're going to score. Upamecano shows up. Upamecano, 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 se Upamecano dayo. Upamecano with that header. 3 minutes later, Luis Diaz. Oh my God, Luis Diaz. You guys, that goal. Okay, let's start from the beginning of the game. We get the penalty. Absolutely a penalty. By the way, okay, no, we'll get there. We will get there on the penalty decision on Davies. Absolutely ridiculous penalty decision. But anyway, we start the game penalty. Fully deserved penalty. We were in control that game up until the penalty. We were. Second goal, Kvaratskhelia. You know, a lot of people are harping on Stanisic. Oh, he sucks. He's not Bayern quality. Get out of this team. You guys, two things can't be true. In my opinion, in situations like that, two things can't be true. You are either Stanisic sucks or it was a brilliant goal. I'm on the side of that was just a brilliant goal, man. That's Kvicha, man. That's Kvicha. I know in my preview I said Due is the guy I'm more scared of. Kvicha proved to me today that no, Hokage. Me, the Georgian, I'm the guy. I'm the face of this team in the Champions League. I'm the biggest threat. So he made me eat my words. So credit Kvaratskhelia. It was a great goal. And then Neves scores off the corner. Musiala loses his mark. Neves with the free open header. You know, I didn't know short guys can head like that. I didn't know. So credit to João Neves. That was a brilliant header. 2-1 down. But you guys, Michael Olise. Hold on. Michael Olise, 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 You guys, what a baller, bro. What a fucking baller. I can't believe we have this guy. He scores a brilliant goal. We go into halftime down. Why? Because of that bullshit penalty call. Let me tell you right now, that was not a penalty. That was not a freaking penalty. And you guys, I'm not even going to rage about it. I saw people raging about it online. Everyone was saying it was not a penalty. I think the majority of people were saying that is not a penalty. I think you guys, Bayern fans need to accept. You guys, as Bayern fans, Bayern Munich, we need to accept that in the Champions League, in this goddamn competition, we play by different rules. There is a different rule set for FC Bayern because even outside of Real Madrid games, we are constantly screwed over by referees. We are constantly not given big calls, constantly given bad decisions. So you guys, I need you guys to understand, FC Bayern München fans, boys, lads, we play by different rules in the Champions League. And I'm not surprised that this penalty call on Alphonso Davies is so harsh. It goes off his thigh, then it hits his arm. Even if it does not go off Alphonso Davies' thigh, right? Dembele is crossing that ball from a fucking yard away. And Alphonso Davies' arm was barely away from his body. A yard away. What the fuck are you supposed to do there? But you guys, anyway, I'm not going to rage about it. I'm not going to rage about it because we have to understand as Bayern fans, we just play by a different set of rules. The rules are different for us. And you know what? I don't give a fuck because when you're a big boy club like us, we take it on the chin and we keep going. We keep going. And the second half starts. We had two big opportunities in the second half, and then we get hit with that double punch. Kvaratskhelia with his second goal, and then Dembele's second goal. Brilliant. I mean, again, I don't know. Upa defends it well. He stands him up. It was just a brilliant finish from the Ballon d'Or winner right now, Ousmane Dembele. And that Kvaratskhelia goal, I don't know what Limer's doing. Now, I will criticize him when we get to the players. We're going to get to the starting 11, and I will break down each player's performance. But I don't know what's going on there. The amount of space. And that was that was a difference today. PSG in scenarios took more advantage than we did. That goal that they scored, the Kvaratskhelia goal, where he said all that space in the second half, all that space on the right side from Hakimi, right? We had a similar situation like that twice in the first half where Olise finds Josip Stanisic in miles of space on the right side. The difference is Hakimi is way faster than Stanisic and more skilled than Stanisic in the final third. Josip Stanisic just doesn't have those attacking qualities, and he couldn't capitalize on those situations. So that was just a moment there where PSG just had a little more quality than us in the exact same situation. And Kvicha, a nice strike. Stani almost blocks it. Neuer predicts that he's going to go the other side of the goal, which is not a bad shout. I thought Kvicha would go across the goal as well, but he goes near post. So credit to him. And then we come back, man. Upamecano with the goal, 65th minute. Luis Diaz's goal, you guys. That Luis Diaz goal. I couldn't believe my eyes. I prayed that it wasn't offsides, and thank gosh it wasn't. I prayed to the football gods, please do not make that offsides because that is a ridiculous goal. First of all, the pass from Harry Kane, beautiful. By the way, we'll talk about Harry. The pass from Harry Kane, literally inch centimeter perfect pass from Harry Kane. Inch centimeter perfect. And then Luis Diaz, thank gosh, because I thought he made a couple of bad decisions today, but in that moment, he made the right decision. He brings it down. He fakes the shot. He fakes the shot again, and he picks his corner out on the right side. Safonov can't get a hand to it. 5-4. 5-4. And to be honest, after we scored the fourth goal, after it was 5-4, we were the more dangerous team. We were the team in more control. I would have bet on us to score a goal first instead of PSG. So that's enough about the game. It was 5-4. It is what it is. We got to move on. 1 goal difference. I predicted a 2-1 loss, but we lost 5-4. It's a 1 goal difference, and I'm happy with that. I don't think that's a bad result. I'm happy with that. We can absolutely turn around a 1 goal deficit. Absolutely. Here are the stats if you give a shit. We had more XG, but it doesn't matter. This was just a brilliant football match, and let's go to the players. Let's go to the starting 11. Now, before the game starts, we get big news. Alphonso Davies starts. Cool. But Limer is benched for Stanisic. Now, listen, we'll get to Stanisic. We'll get to the individual performance, but this was the starting 11. That was the big shock where Stanisic is starting at right back over Konrad Laimer. Now, I think this was probably the play, but you could have done it either way. But yeah, Alphonso Davies, I think, was planned to only play one half. He was not injured coming off or anything. He was just planned for one half. You know, he probably could have helped us out a lot more in that second half when things got a little bit wild. But you know what? With this semifinal game, it's not worth to risk Alphonso Davies' future. Another muscle strain, it's not worth it. So if the doctor said he can only play 45 minutes, sure. I will not argue against that whatsoever because he already gave us a very good first 45 minutes. Regardless, that bullshit handball penalty. I'm not gonna get on Alphonso Davies' back for that penalty call. I'm not. It was harsh. It was unfortunate. I thought in the first half, Alphonso Davies was fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. Manuel Neuer, he gets a 4.0 rating. I think he gets a 4.0 rating here on FootMob because we faced 5 shots on target and we conceded 5 goals. But you guys, realistically, what do you want him to do on those 5 goals? I know some people will take this game now and run the Neuer agenda. And you guys, I know I started admitting to you guys that maybe it's time for Urbeck to step up. But again, people are just going to take this false narrative from this game and say Neuer is even more finished, this and that. What is he supposed to do on those 5 goals? What is he supposed to do on those 5 goals? The Kavicha's strike was excellent. He almost saved Dembele's penalty. The João Neves header, the only one I will hear is the João Neves header. I feel like he could have possibly done better on that João Neves header and got his hand to it. In fact, he almost got his hand to it, but it was a great header. The Kavicha second goal. Some people say you shouldn't predict. Probably not, but Kavicha's probably not going to miss from there. And then that 5th goal was just a great strike from Dembele. So the big thing I will complain about Manuel Neuer today is his distribution the last couple games just been dog shit. I don't know what happened. Even before he made those mistakes against Real Madrid, in the game where he had that generational game against Real Madrid, the first leg in the quarterfinals, his distribution was dog shit. So I don't know what's going on with Neuer and his distribution, but it's been genuinely so poor. And today it was so poor again. Urbeck has had much better distribution anytime he gets a chance to play the last couple of weeks. So Manu, I don't know what's going on with the distribution, but yeah, he had an all right game. Alphonso Davies, I thought he played good. Again, I gave you my thoughts on the penalty call, but in general, before that, using his speed to bail us out. Defensively, very solid. He was defending so well in that first half. Trying to get involved in the attack. Giving us protection on PSG's counterattacks. You guys, I thought he had a good performance. I thought Alphonso Davies showed a very promising performance. And to be honest, he'll probably be rested this weekend. I expect him to play more than 45 minutes next week against PSG. I expect Alphonso Davies to play at least 75 minutes against PSG next week at home. 100%. Josip Stanisic, again, there's a Josip Stanisic agenda. And for a certain for in this Bayern fan base, there's a Josip Stanisic agenda. Some people think he should be benched. Some people think he isn't even good enough to be at the club. Just shut up. Just shut up. Yes, was he disappointed in those moments where he found himself in a ton of space in attack? Sure. Did he get melted by Kavicha 3 or 4 times, and then on one of those times we conceded? Sure. Sure. But in the context of the game, and you guys, I grew up playing defense. I grew up as a defender, so I have more appreciation for defense than probably 99% of football fans, right? But when you look at that game as a whole, the way Kavicha was playing, Stanisic only got beat 3 or 4 times fully. The rest of the time, Stanisic and Upa did fantastic jobs against Kavicha to shut him down. So, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Stanisic is this and that and pile onto the fake-ass agenda on Josip Stanisic. He had a decent performance today. It's just in one moment, he got melted by a moment of brilliance from Kavicha, but that happens. When two teams of such high-quality attack come up against each other, it's hard. You're not going to keep a clean sheet. They will create things out of their sheer brilliance. So it is what it is. I didn't think he was as bad as everyone was saying. Jonathan Tah, again, iffy at times, a little rash, but he had a decent performance. Decent. And I think that's the best way I would describe Stanisic and Tah. They were decent. They weren't amazing or anything, but they were decent. I thought Davies was really good, but then the key man in this defense. Dayo Upamecano. You guys, I think if Upamecano is not here today in this game, I think we collapse. I think we lose 6-2, 6-3, 7-3. This guy was keeping this defense together. This guy was defending Dembele, Kivicha. This guy was covering out right back, his own position, right center back, covering for Todd, left center back. At times, him and Kimmich linking up together in the midfield to get the defensive work done. He was doing everything in defense, and then on top of that, he scores a fucking goal. And it's funny, in the IMES show yesterday, IMES and Mia show yesterday with Zier, Lewis, and Liam, I was saying that I want Tah to be in the positions to score instead of Upa because he's been missing too many chances. But after I say that, of course, he's the one that scores in the game over Tah. I thought, again, this is why I don't trust FootMob ratings or anything. If I'm giving Upamecano a match rating, bro, I'm giving him like a 9, an 8.5, a 9.0. That's how good Upamecano was today. In the midfield, Joshua Kimmich and Pablo both getting assists today. Again, I thought they were good. I'm sorry. I thought they were good. You could sit here and be negative and slag on them, but I thought they were good. People constantly underestimate Pavlovic, constantly underestimate Kimmich. Today, again, they showed up as a duo and played against the supposed best midfield three in PSG's midfield three, whether it's João Neves, Warren Zaire-Emery, and Vitinha, or João Neves, Vitinha, and Fabian Ruiz. They went toe-to-toe with those guys. They are a competent and world-class midfield duo. They can win the Champions League. So when I see people talking about Kimmich is not a fucking midfielder, I want to punch them in the face because he is a fucking midfielder. He's one of the best. Kimmich is in Pedri Vitinha conversations. Like, people don't want to admit it. People are still blinded. Like, how is Kimmich on a 6.1 match? Again, this is why I don't trust FootMob. And by the way, I want to create a match ratings kind of, I'll release a video on that later, but I'm thinking of creating a software where it's a match ratings thing, but where fans vote on it, and it'll be called eye test, and fans vote on it. It's not based on stats or anything. The fans freaking vote. And I'm going to have like controls for making sure the match ratings are quality and not skewed by agendas. I'm going to probably talk about that in the summer because I'm going to work on that in the summer. Again, Pavlovic, Kimmich was the better midfielder today, in my opinion. Pavlovic had that sketchy situation in the first half, the Dembele chance that he missed. It was Pavlovic's sloppy pass to Stanisic that got cut out, and that's how that counterattack started. So, Pablo, in the second leg, you just need to be careful. You need to be more careful. So Kimmich, keep doing what you're doing. I thought he was good. Luis Diaz gets his goal. Was rash at times. I wanted him to be also, actually, against Hakimi, I wanted to be a little more aggressive. I honestly wanted him to be a little more aggressive there against Hakimi at times. At times, he would run at the defense, run at his fullback, and he slows the play down. He passes. Lucho, just go. Just go, bro. I don't care if you lose the ball. Just take him on. I want him to be a little more confident today. Harry Kane, goal and assist. Did not doubt him on the penalty. The assist to Luis Diaz was ridiculous. Again, this man is showing up. Every time I ask him to show up, I need you to show up, Harry. I need you to get me that goal. I need you to give me assist. I need you to get involved in the play. He does it. He does it. He's goddamn doing it. He's on a different mode right now. He wants that Ballon d'Or. He wants this treble. He wants that World Cup. Harry Kane is on a different mode right now, and I saved these last two players. Let's start with Musiala. You guys, there is a plague in world football, but in the Bayern fan base as well. There is a nasty Musiala agenda. There is a nasty, disgusting Musiala agenda right now. I don't get it. I am seeing people online, neutral fans, Bayern fans, saying he was trash, get him out, Klausiala, him and Stanisic should leave the club. I genuinely I don't know how to reply to that because I watched today's game. Musiala, who broke his foot almost 1 year ago against PSG. Musiala, who's been back about 5 weeks now, but he's now stepping up after 5 weeks to play against this PSG team. The defending Champions League winners, treble-winning team of last year. I take these into account. I look at the Musiala performance today. I thought he was fucking great. I thought Musiala stepped up to the plate today. Not even on the attack. The amount of times he took on the PSG midfield, the amount of times he turned them, the amount of times he found spaces and made the right passes, I thought he was making the right decisions today. But on top of that, the thing I always tell you guys about Jamal Musiala, the defensive work. He got in there and he helped out Pavlo and Kimmich. And how many times did he win that ball? In the first half, where Olise missed that big chance, fed in by Kane, who won the ball on the press? It was Jamal freaking Musiala. So I'm seeing people who watched this game from minute 0 to minute 90 say Musiala was garbage, saying he's fraudulent. I just don't know how to respond to that because I watched Musiala today and I saw number 10 single-handedly receiving the ball in between the lines in a crowded midfield and taking the midfield on, finding the spaces and the passes to Kane and his wingers. I saw a young man right now barely back from injury the last 4 or 5 weeks. Although he's been on good form, it's still only been 4 or 5 weeks back from injury. And I saw him step up to the plate defensively. I saw him step up to the plate, attacking wise, receiving the ball, playing to his teammates, combining, right? I saw him drifting left and right, wanting to get involved in the ball. And I saw him, the most important thing, I saw him match the intensity of the game. Jamal Musiala was not a foreign body out there. He was just as good as everyone else on that football pitch. He belonged to be there. And you guys, against a PSG, if you show that you belong to be on the pitch, that is a huge freaking sign towards his development and recovery since his injury. You guys, I'm telling you, he is slowly, by the World Cup, Musiala will be back to his form he was on last season. And then next season, we're going to improve, and that's when he's going to level up as a footballer. So you guys, let me know your thoughts on the Musiala thing, because the Musiala agenda, I think, is so forced. It's so weird. I'm not saying Musiala was incredibly world-class, as good as Olise and Kavicha today, but I thought he was still one of the best players on the pitch, comfortable on the ball, dribbling. At times, all PSG could do was foul him and pull his shirt. So, you guys, there's a nasty Jamal Musiala agenda out there, and you guys, I'm the CEO of not just UPA FC. I'm the CEO. I was first the CEO of Musiala FC. I've been the CEO of Musiala FC for 4 years now. I will fight this agenda. Just like the Upamecano agenda, Zier, Lewis, everyone else. I will fight this Musiala agenda. I will. And then the final player, Michael Olise. You guys, I have typically been the guy to say Yamal is the best player in the world. I have been that guy. Because what Yamal does on the ball is just special. His dribbling is special. The way, like, what he did against Inter Milan last year in the semifinal, just absolutely ridiculous, right? But I watch what Olise does today. Now, the Real Madrid game, he destroys Mendy. He destroys Carreras. And coming into this game, everyone's saying, oh, okay, well, Michael Olise, now you're going up against what many people think is the best fullback in the world defensively and offensively in Nuno Mendes. And I watched Michael Olise today with composure, with skill, with control. He picks apart Nuno Mendes today. He tore Nuno Mendes up. He broke Nuno Mendes' ankles up 2-3 times. You guys, at one point, Nuno Mendes was doing Dance Dance Revolution on the field. I'm not kidding. He was doing Dance Dance Revolution on the field. You guys, I think he's the best player in the world right now. I think, Yamal, Dembele, Kavicha, Kane, Olise. For me, guys, when I watch on the football pitch, entertainment, skill, goals, assists, impact, I think Olise is the best player in the world right now. Now, if Yamal wasn't always getting injured, would I still maintain Yamal's the best? Sure. But Yamal also keeps getting injured. Olise this season has been the best player in the world. Start to finish. Absolutely, man. Olise's performance today, that goal, the power, the comfort when he's surrounded by four guys, just casually. It was such a casual goal too. He just shot it with so much. I love that we have this kid, Michael Olise. Now, who came off the bench again? Konrad Leimer came on. He was disappointing at times in defense, but he was good in attack. Goretzka and Jackson came on. I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him. But my prediction was right. About 70 minutes into the game, 75 minutes in the game, I said that Musiala will be taken off for Goretzka. I thought that they would do that if we were winning like 2-1 or if we were tied. But we were down 5-4. Musiala came off and for Goretzka, and Goretzka was slow, passive, and shit as always. So no surprise there. Second leg next week. You guys, second leg next week at the Allianz Arena on Wednesday. I will do a watch long for that game. I have to do a watch long for that game. I think who has the edge? I don't know. But I could tell you right now, this isn't like PSG is up 60-40. Oh, they're definitely going to win the second. Like, not blah, blah, blah. They're going to the Champions League final. Absolutely not. Allianz Arena, first of all, is a harsher atmosphere than the Parc de France. That's just a fact. And we are coming away from this game with confidence. We are. We can absolutely turn around a 1-goal deficit. We can absolutely do that. We can absolutely. So I have a lot of optimism next week. I still expect us to be in that Champions League final. I still expect us to go and beat PSG next week by 2 goals to get through, because it's a 1-goal deficit. We can't just win by 1 goal or we're going to extra time. I think we can beat PSG by 2 goals next week. I have confidence that we can do that. But again, like I said in the preview, this isn't Real Madrid. This isn't a team I don't respect. You guys, I used to troll PSG, but this is the PSG that I respect with the utmost respect, because they understand football. Luis Enrique and those players understand how true football should be played. They play football like us. So there's a mutual respect for this PSG team. But regardless of that mutual respect, we can beat them by 2 goals. We can outplay them, and we need the full force of the Allianz Arena. I think Vincent Kompany already came on and said, we need every fan in there wearing red. If you're too sick to go to the game, please give your ticket to another Bayern fan and tell them to wear red. We need the Allianz Arena to be popping. We want the Bayern. We want all of that. Manuel Neuer, if you decide to pull some shit like that again in the middle of our Bayern, I'm crashing the fuck out. But you guys, we can win. We can do it. We can make it to that Champions League final. We can. I will post the preview for the second leg this weekend, probably Sunday. And until then, guys, I'll see you guys next one. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new. And most importantly, I don't care about the likes. I don't care if you subscribe, but most importantly, what I always want you guys to do is leave your thoughts in the comments down below. You guys know, the people that comment on my videos know I interact with you guys. I genuinely want to know what you guys think. So sure, like the video, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Most importantly, comment what you think on the game, because I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what the Bayern YouTube community is thinking. So please leave your comments down below, thoughts and opinions on the game. Am I stupid? Am I wrong? Should I be more negative? Should I have gone harder at the defense? I don't know. I don't want to come on here in fake anger. I don't want to come on here in fake criticism. I can't. These were my true emotions about the game. These are my true emotions about the game. In the preview video this weekend, sure. You know what? I'll probably break the game down more tactically, what happened in the first leg, how we could change things in the second leg. But right now, today, in this post-match reaction, that's all I had for you guys. So it's been your boy Hokage Puya. Like, subscribe, and most importantly, leave that fucking comment down below. Tell me what you think about the game. Let me know. Are we still the favorites? Can we win next weekend? But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.